Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Fatu has been a member of Solo Sikoa's bloodline since his WWE debut in May 2024. The Samoan werewolf made an instant impact, running riots with Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa to establish their faction as a force to be reckoned with. Together, the group won gold and took on all comers, including top stars like Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns. The 32-year-old breakout star has thus far been a devoted follower of Sikoa's, repeatedly proclaiming his love for his tribal chief. However, given his unstable nature and massive singles potential, a split has always seemed inevitable. Now that the Street Champ has lost the Eula Fala to Roman Reigns, is it the perfect time to pull the trigger on Fatu, betraying the OG Bloodline's former enforcer? When Solo Sikoa formed Bloodline 2.0 after WrestleMania XL, the group was meant to achieve several objectives. These included elevating him, introducing Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Fatu to the WWE Universe in a top spot, and turning the OG Bloodline babyface. One could easily claim that most of these have been achieved, and the faction's current setup has run its course. There doesn't seem to be much left to do with Sikoa as leader and Fatu as enforcer after the former's decisive loss to Roman Reigns. This could mean it's time for Fatu to seize control of the faction, allowing the Street Champ to go solo, no pun intended. This would capitalize on the latter's elevated position and the former's singles breakout potential, facilitating both men's growth. If they do it right, WWE could have a new singles monster heel and top babyface on its hands with one turn instead of a floundering bloodline. Solo Sikoa was arguably the most valuable player of the Bloodline storyline in 2024. The Street Champ acted as the bridge between the faction's original phase and a new era, kicking out old members and introducing new blood, again, no pun intended. As the last surviving member of the original group, he lent legitimacy to his new faction mates, allowing them to hit the ground running in WWE. Now that his arc as tribal chief seems to have reached a natural end, it may be time to sever his ties and let the new crew fly independently. With a capable leader in Fatu and a top tag team in Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, the trio could continue under a new name, going in their direction. More importantly, it could create space for Hikuleo to debut after months of speculation. Since Roman Reigns returned to WWE as a babyface, the company has teased him feuding with Fatu multiple times. Every interaction the duo has had in the squared circle has been met with a roaring reception, and it's only a matter of time until they face off. As the bridge between the OG and new bloodlines, Solo Sikoa might be the key to that future rivalry reaching its full potential. While Reigns and Fatu facing off is almost guaranteed to be money in any context, it would be much more heated if the latter turned on Sikoa. This would motivate the tribal chief to defend his family, even if he didn't reunite with the Street Champ. Whenever Triple H and co. choose to revisit the story in the future, Fatu's betrayal of his former chief would be a powerful spark. The road to WWE WrestleMania 41 is right around the corner, kicking off at the Royal Rumble. As always happens in the weeks leading up to the Rumble, speculation about who will take on whom at the shows is rife. The likes of John Cena, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk are favorites in the world title mix, but there is much intrigue on the lower end of the card. One of the most anticipated matches outside the world title picture at the Showcase of the Immortals is Solo Sikoa vs. Fatu. The two young Samoan powerhouses have both grown immensely in stature over the past year and could have one of the strongest stories on the grandest stage this year. It's hard to see anyone else being as good an opponent for either man than each other. The iron is hot, momentum is high, Both men are as relevant as ever. Now is the time for Fatu to turn against Solo Sikoa and break out as a single star. The wrestling world thrives on rivalries rooted in personal history, and there's no greater source of compelling storytelling than family drama. WWE's ability to weave narratives around real-life familial ties has been a cornerstone of its success, with the ongoing Bloodline saga as a prime example. From Roman Reigns' dominance as the tribal chief to the Usos' betrayal and Solo Sikoa's stoic allegiance, family has been at the heart of some of WWE's most gripping moments. But what if WWE added another wrinkle to this family feud by introducing Fatu into the mix? Currently a star in Major League Wrestling (MLW), Fatu has all the tools to thrive in WWE. His monstrous in-ring presence, intimidating charisma, and connection to the legendary Inoue family make him a perfect addition to the Bloodline saga. Turning Fatu against Solo Sikoa could elevate both stars, introduce a fresh dynamic to the storyline, and provide WWE fans with a feud unlike anything they've seen before. Here are 4 reasons why now is the perfect time for WWE to make this happen. Fatu and Solo Sikoa are both cut from the same cloth. They are powerhouse wrestlers with a rugged Street Fighter edge that sets them apart from the polished personas of Roman Reigns and the Usos. A feud between these two would feel like an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, an all-out war between 2 Samoan titans. The in-ring chemistry between Fatu and Sikoa has the potential to deliver hard-hitting, high-stakes matches that captivate audiences. Fatu's unorthodox mix of athleticism and brutality would mesh perfectly with Solo Sikoa's no-nonsense style. Fans would be treated to intense brawls, with both men pulling out all the stops to prove who the real enforcer of the Inoue family is. WWE could present this feud as a battle for respect and dominance, with Fatu arriving on SmackDown to challenge Solo's claim as the family's enforcer. The tension would escalate with each confrontation, culminating in a must-see showdown at a premium live event like SummerSlam or WrestleMania. The Bloodline storyline has been WWE's crown jewel for over 3 years, but every great narrative needs fresh elements to keep it exciting. Introducing Fatu as a wildcard in the Bloodline saga would inject new life into the storyline and add layers of complexity. Imagine this. Fatu arrives in WWE claiming that he's the true heir to the Inoue family legacy. He accuses Roman Reigns of leading the family astray and criticizes Solo Sikoa for blindly following orders. This could set the stage for a factional split within the family, with Fatu recruiting his own allies to take on Roman and Solo. Alternatively, Fatu could arrive as an ally of Roman Reigns, only to betray Solo Sikoa in a shocking twist. This betrayal would drive a wedge between Roman and Solo, forcing the tribal chief to question his leadership and his family's loyalty. The possibilities are endless, and Fatu's presence would ensure that the Bloodline saga remains the most talked-about storyline in wrestling. Solo Sikoa has been one of the breakout stars of the Bloodline storyline, but he's still primarily viewed as Roman Reigns' enforcer rather than a standalone star. A feud with Fatu would give Solo the opportunity to step out of Roman's shadow and prove himself as a main event player. WWE could position Solo as the babyface in this feud, with Fatu serving as the menacing heel who threatens the family's unity. This dynamic would allow Solo to showcase a more emotional and vulnerable side, giving fans a deeper connection to his character. Alternatively, WWE could turn Solo into a tweener, a character who operates in shades of gray, by having him clash with Fatu over personal and family grievances. The feud could explore themes of loyalty, respect, and identity, giving Solo a more complex narrative arc. By the time the feud concludes, Solo Sikoa would emerge as a fully realized star capable of carrying the SmackDown brand on his own. Fatu has been a standout performer in MLW, but his talent deserves a bigger stage. WWE is the perfect platform for Fatu to showcase his skills to a global audience, and a feud with Solo Sikoa would be the ideal way to introduce him to the WWE Universe. Fatu's character, a wild, untamed force of nature, would be a breath of fresh air in WWE's polished landscape. His ability to cut intense promos and deliver jaw-dropping moves, like his devastating moonsault, would instantly make him a fan favorite or a despised heel, depending on WWE's direction. A rivalry with Solo Sikoa would also allow Fatu to establish himself as a major player in WWE right out of the gate. By going toe-to-toe with one of SmackDown's most dominant stars, Fatu would cement his credibility and prove that he belongs among the top tier of WWE talent. Additionally, Fatu's presence could pave the way for other MLW stars or independent wrestlers to transition to WWE, further diversifying the roster and creating fresh matchups for fans to enjoy. If WWE decides to pull the trigger on a Solo Sikoa versus Fatu feud, the execution will be key. Here's a potential roadmap for how the storyline could unfold. Fatu makes a surprise appearance, interrupting a segment involving the bloodline. He cuts a scathing promo targeting Solo Sikoa, accusing him of being a pawn in Roman's game. Over the next few weeks, Fatu continues to provoke Solo, calling him out for his blind loyalty to Roman. Roman, meanwhile, tries to keep the peace, but cracks begin to show in the family's unity. Solo and Fatu finally come to blows in a heated match on SmackDown. The match ends in a controversial finish, setting up a rematch at a premium live event. The feud culminates in a stipulation match at a major event like WrestleMania. Whether it's a last man standing match, a street fight, or a traditional singles match, the stakes would be sky high. Depending on the outcome, the feud could either solidify Solo as a top babyface or establish Fatu as one of WWE's most dangerous heels. Either way, both men would come out of the rivalry stronger than ever. Turning Fatu against Solo Sikoa would be a masterstroke for WWE. It would elevate both stars, add new layers to the bloodline saga, and deliver unforgettable moments for fans. With their shared heritage and contrasting styles, Fatu and Sikoa are tailor-made for a rivalry that could define the next chapter of WWE's storytelling. As WWE continues to evolve, the time is ripe for Fatu to make his mark, and there's no better way to do it than by taking on Solo Sikoa in a battle for family supremacy.